Welcome to the Tea Huddle with Marisa and Kelly.
Your only source for gridiron gossip. If you watch football for 10 hours straight on Sunday,
or if you spend the whole time Googling the players' girlfriends,
then this is the podcast for you.
Kelly, it is so good to be back. We had a little bye week last week, so we recorded early. So I didn't see you last week. Missed you.
I know. We have so much to catch up on now. I'm excited to get into it.
Definitely. And as if this wasn't all exciting enough, you and I are playing against each other in fantasy football this week.
Making this interaction very intense.
So intense. So we are recording right now. It's Monday night. The Monday night game just started. It all comes down. I was supposed to win. It seemed like I was going to win.
I went to bed last night. I was like, the Cowboys aren't doing well. I'm just going to wake up and see what happens.
And then CeeDee Lamb went off.
Around.
So now Najee Harris on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I should look him up and be like, what do we have on him? If he gets 8 more points in the game,
it all comes down
You're
to
in
Najee.
First place. So I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to like look at the phone too much, but if we have to like adjust our mics or anything, I'm going to take a little glance and see how our friend Najee's doing over there. Okay, so I did just look up Najee Harris. And
let's hear it.
He's my new favorite player in the NFL. Obsessed. So he played undergraduate at Alabama. He graduated in 2020. And while he was there, he started celebrating his touchdowns with Megan Rapinoe's World Cup pose.
That's cute.
So cute. When he was asked about it, as like a 20-year-old college kid, he talked about how he looks up to her. She stands up for her beliefs. She's motivational and inspiring. Her views on feminism and that she's outspoken on social justice.
You don't hear any NFL players talk about feminism.
You never hear an NFL player say feminism. And he said that like as a man, it might sound weird saying, it might be uncommon saying that you look up to a woman, but I'm happy to say I look up to her. Oh,
standing by it, doubling down.
And he was drafted in the first round of 2021, but declined an invitation to the draft and instead hosted a party at the homeless shelter that he spent time at as a child. He grew up as one of 5 children to a single mother, and they spent time there. And that's where he had his big draft celebration. And then in 2021, he founded an organization in California which provides assistance to families impacted by homelessness and hunger.
Yeah, usually draft day is like the biggest day of these guys' lives, but it just shows you that there's more to Najee.
He paid it forward. Najee, I'm like, I don't want to lose, obviously, but if I'm going to lose, let it be to Najee Harris. I'm torn. I was rooting against him until I did a quick little Google search, and now...
Yeah, I only picked the best players.
Clearly.
Well, at least we can both be happy if I win.
Yes, exactly.
I hope he has a hell of a game.
Yeah. But let's rewind back to week 8 in the 2024 NFL season. Kelly, give us the rundown of what happened this week.
In week 8, the Patriots surprised everyone by beating the Jets, who are now officially in last place in the AFC East.
Are they? Oh, in the AFC. So not overall.
Not overall.
Because the Panthers might be worse.
I think there's like 5 teams I can count right now that have a 2-5, 2-6 record.
Not good. Why is everyone bad?
Everyone's bad.
Get better.
And like the Patriots, like everyone expected them to do poorly. Like there's no expectations. But the Jets like have everyone they need to succeed.
You would think.
So I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
It's great to
Congrats.
see Aaron Rodgers upset.
Yeah.
And you know who would have really helped the Jets manage the clock better is their old coach, Robert Saleh. But
they kicked him to the curb.
Alas, he's gone.
They called security and said...
it's not working out for the Jets. Their new coach there.
He's still attractive.
Still got a good looking beard.
Yeah.
They have to keep him through the holidays.
Definitely.
But the rest of the games were also fun. The Browns win against the Ravens.
That was a shock.
Big shock with Jameis Winston coming in hot. He had a great game, and hopefully he's pushing Deshaun Watson into extinction because they don't need him.
Agreed on that, but I have more to say about
Yeah, we'll get
everything
we'll get
going
into
on in the
that
Browns
later.
a little bit.
Travis Kelce breaks his tough touchdown drought, and Mahomes got 30,000 passing yards, making him the fastest of any quarterback to get there.
Wow. Sometimes people online talk about him like he's overhyped.
He hasn't been playing that well, to be honest. He's had a lot of interceptions this year, but I mean, he can throw.
Yeah.
Tua's back, so that was big news this week, but still wasn't enough to pull off a Dolphins win.
And he's not wearing a Guardian cap. Which, is that like because I'm a tough guy and I don't need it? Like, what is the people are worried about your soft brain?
It's his own personal choice. That was it, right? Like,
yeah, that was only said.
Mic drop.
He was like, yep, nope, not wearing one. Thanks.
It's my choice. Which I did see later on that he does have like a specialized helmet made for him.
Okay.
With some extra support.
We're just worried about you, Tua.
I'm worried. But he did slide. Everyone see that?
I didn't see that. I must have been Googling players'
game.
girlfriends on my phone.
It was like the most cheering that they got.
Oh.
So hopefully there's nothing else that happens. But could you imagine? Sorry, now I'm just going to do a tangent. But could you imagine playing against Tua? Like, no one wants to tackle that guy. Right? Like the defense on the other teams. Like, I would want to stay far away. Just like nudge him. Flag football. Yeah. And then last but not least, Jaden Daniels threw a game-winning Hail Mary to beat the Bears in the face-off of the rookie quarterbacks.
That was very exciting.
It was maybe the most exciting play of the year.
Yeah. I was in front of football all day on Sunday. I watched probably, if you add it all up, 20 minutes because I was on my phone a lot. Because I'm, like I say, every week on 3 fantasy football teams, so I'm refreshing. I'm going from Yahoo to ESPN to Twitter to Instagram.
And figuring out who's been arrested and who they're dating. It's a lot. It's a full-time job.
It's a lot. And and there's so many, it's like there's 4 games happening on the TV. Like, where do you even look? It's overwhelming. So I wasn't watching a lot of the actual plays. I put my phone down. It was a cosmic intervention. I look up and there was seconds left.
10 seconds, I think it was, yeah.
And I'm being explained with the concept of a Hail Mary and if they get this, they could win. And so he's running. There's no seconds left on this before he throws it. And I was like, oh, I thought maybe
because he had to he was almost tackled 3 times. He escaped all of that.
Yes. And then
threw it up and
won the game. If people think football is boring, as I did, they should watch those 20 seconds. And that was exciting.
Really exciting. Yeah, obviously, I feel like Hail Marys are kind of lucky. You never know who's going to catch them. But he threw it over 40 yards, it looked like.
Wow. That actually leads us right into our top story. Well, our first. We have a bunch of top stories this week because a lot happened, lots to say. The first one is about this Hail Mary win. And so as the Commanders beat the Bears, and the Bears were celebrating their win a little too early.
There's 10 seconds. They really thought it was over.
So embarrassing. So what's his name? Tyreek Stevenson is the cornerback on the Bears. There's a video of him down at the end zone, taunting Commanders fans, doing the motion of get loud and engaging with the fans. Turns around and realizes, there's a play happening behind me, runs, and then gets in the
end zone.
Mosh of it all. And he was the one. The ball bounced off his fingers into the hands of the Commander player who caught it and won the game.
It was all his fault. He should have just stayed where he was, waving on.
Walked into the stands.
Yeah.
So he had to release a statement. He said, to Chicago and teammates, my apologies for lack of awareness and focus. The game ain't over until zeros hit the clock. Can't take anything for granted. Notes taken. Improvement will happen.
I can respect that.
Yeah, he owned up.
He owned up to it.
For sure.
He's embarrassed. I mean, I'd be so embarrassed.
I would be mortified.
Celebrating. Oof.
That video, the video on Twitter must just be replaying, haunting his dreams.
It's everywhere.
Night. Yeah. So
don't do that. You have to wait. I was actually stressed as Patriots game because Aaron Rodgers is known for his Hail Marys.
Mm-hmm.
He's usually very good at it. And so there was 20 seconds left. And I was like, it's not over yet. Yeah. I'm still stressed.
Yeah. Well, maybe Tyreek Stevenson.
No Jaden Daniels.
Should have been a little more. more stressed. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. So then he gave a press conference at the end. The calmest man ever. He just won. He's a rookie. He's new. You would expect maybe he's a little flustered. He just won all the excitement. He was cool as a cucumber.
He was so chill. I saw that interview. He's just like not unfazed by it all. And meanwhile, he wasn't even supposed to play this past week. Like he wasn't sure because he has a rib injury. Oh. So I feel like thank God he showed up. Yes, that's one for the record book.
And people are saying is like the best of all the rookies who got drafted. He's like,
well, this was a big matchup. This was Caleb was outplayed for sure.
Right down to the buzzer.
Right down to the buzzer. He was hoping that would save him so he could get the rookie of the year, but it's not looking that way. Bears fans are rightfully pissed about their cornerback not paying attention, but I think Colts fans are also mad at their starting quarterback.
I'm glad we're talking about this.
So during the game on Sunday, Anthony Richardson tapped himself out of the game on a 3rd and goal play because he was tired. You could see him. He's tapping his helmet. I guess that's like the sign, like I need to come out and rest. Mm-hmm. So everyone thought he was hurt because he got sacked in the previous play.
And because like why else would you need to come out at
3rd and goal? Mm-hmm. Like you're right there. Like you're down.
The time is now.
Yeah. You need to score a touchdown. But yeah, that wasn't the case. When he was asked about what happened like after the game by reporters, he said, I ain't gonna lie, I was tired.
You should lie.
You should lie. You actually have an excuse because you were just sacked. Like blame it on anything.
Blame it on your finger. Anything.
Your pinky.
Whatever. He was out most of last season with an injury. Say that flared up again. Yeah. Whatever it was.
Exactly.
You got a call, something bad happened. Like I was tired.
I know, he like doubled down. No. He said, there's a lot of running right there that I did, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go that next play. So I just told head coach Shane Steichen I needed a break right then and there. He's tired. He's out of breath.
Like, I am a little bit torn on this because some of the players absolutely destroy their bodies. Like, they're not listening to their bodies. They are playing through injuries and sickness and like all this stuff. Okay. But on the other hand,
if you're just like out of shape, that's different.
He said there was a lot of running. That's your job. Like, they're paying you a lot of money. You should practice running more.
Or at least like know that it's 3rd and goal. And like this is a game, like this could change the whole game.
Yeah. I saw something online that because Ricky Pearsall, the 49ers player who was shot a couple months ago, that he's playing after a bullet literally went through the back of his body. He's playing, but Anthony Richardson isn't playing because he's tired.
Yeah, I think it was 50 days ago that he was shot, and now he's back on the field. But yeah. So not a good look.
Not a good look. He should work on his endurance and also his honesty.
You mean not like he should lie a little more, less of it. As you mentioned, he was hurt last season. Anthony Richardson was picked 5 overall last year, and then he only played 4 games during last season because he was out with concussion, a hip injury, shoulder injury. Like he got a lot of things happen. So he had a lot. He could have blamed it on anything.
Yeah, if he had even said like, because I got so hurt last year, it was like the fear of whatever, mental health is a serious topic. I was tired. It's not sitting right.
It's not sitting right for the coach either, who now is undecided on who they're going to play in week 9. They said there's evaluating all of their options.
Yeah, you know who's tired? Joe Flacco, who's been doing this for years. He has like 4 kids. But he can rise to the challenge. He can play.
Yeah, he's not tired.
Yeah.
And he might be playing next week, which would be fun. I love Joe.
Me too. Did they win that game?
The Colts?
Yeah.
No, they lost.
Well.
Yeah, and Anthony Richardson had a horrible game. He had completed 10 of 32 passes, which is the worst accuracy rating for a quarterback since 2011 who's thrown this many.
Oh no. I feel like people are going to be really mean to him. Like the the world is going to be mean. And I feel bad for him.
I kind of do feel bad because
like he's going to get
he should have known not to say that.
Yeah. Well,
so we'll see next week who is going to be the quarterback for the Colts and if they can turn the season around. But for now, Colts fans are really giving it to him on the internet. So I hope he can hold up this next week. And
yeah, stay tough. And maybe take a nap before the game.
Yeah, stretch.
Yeah. Okay, this is a great segue into our next top story. Speaking of contentious relationships between fans and players, one story we missed during our bye week that I was itching to speak about.
We must.
Deshaun Watson, who we all know because he's a terrible quarterback and a terrible person, had a season-ending injury to his Achilles last week, and fans cheered when he went down. And there is a lot of commentary about that reaction. I think it's important to note that they booed when he was introduced in the pregame. Like, the fans were already making it known that we do not like this guy.
Yeah,
this is not our guy.
Happy. Because not only is he like a terrible person, but he's also a bad quarterback. Like, they're not playing well.
And I think probably the fans are more upset that he's a bad quarterback than that he is a serial sexual assaulter. Just quick recap. So since 2021, over 20 women have come forward with almost the exact same story, that they were hired to provide a massage for him and were victims of sexual misconduct and assault while they were just trying to do their jobs. New York Times reported that he hired 66 different massage therapists between 2019 and 2021. This is serial
66
behavior. This is like predatory,
yeah,
psychotic behavior. 66 different massage therapists, probably because none of them would
come back
because you're a creep. He reached settlements with 20 of the 24 of the women.
Wow.
He was suspended by the NFL for 11 games. That's almost a whole season. Like, clearly there was wrongdoing here.
Still signed by the Browns after that.
Yeah.
So
yes, exactly.
This is the karma that they deserve.
So Myles Garrett, who is a veteran, he's the current defensive player of the year on the Browns. Seems like a great guy. His Wikipedia says he writes poetry for children.
Oh,
but
that's a nice off the field hobby.
Yeah, for our next hobby segment. Next time. But like, Myles Garrett, don't make me hate you. He said we should be ashamed of ourselves as Browns and as fans to boo anyone and their downfall. No one deserves that. Okay, all right. You haven't totally lost me because it's like everyone
I get that.
should be treated with respect. Have some empathy for a man that is doing the best he can. Okay, you're losing me a little bit. The man does pretty much everything right. He's been a model citizen through college in most of the pros.
No.
Myles.
He did not say that.
Yes.
A model citizen.
Model citizen.
Oh my God.
Like, what? So you hate women? You don't. It would be one thing if it was like, well, it hasn't been proven. The NFL suspended him for 11 games. Like,
yeah.
It's not, it happened.
And it's being investigated right now again.
Yeah, again, because another woman came out and said that he raped her. So, Myles Garrett, you're not on the list, but I'm pissed off.
You should really like watch what words you're using for being a poet.
Yeah.
There's some
yes. Great point,
strong
Kelly.
words.
And like, okay, so you're speaking out. He was so, passionate about this disheartening reaction by the fans. Have you spoken out about Deshaun Watson's behavior? Have you taken to a microphone to talk about the harm that he has inflicted on dozens of women? I don't think so.
Don't think so.
And then Jameis Winston, who we want to love because he's funny and he's quirky and
he's good.
Is good. Everybody wants to like him. He, after the game, in the locker room said, "I'm very upset about the reaction to a man that has had the world against him for the past 4 years."
Gosh.
Jameis,
world.
Why is the world against him?
Because of things he did.
Because of his own actions. He goes, and he put his body and his life on the line for this city every single day. Well, he was hired to do a job that he's accepting a large amount of money for in exchange for, like,
I wouldn't say his life is on the line every day either.
Every day. You play once a week with a bye week and an off season.
It's not that dangerous.
Like, you know what's more dangerous? Being a massage therapist for Deshaun Watson. Oh, pissed. And then one of the most disappointing parts of this whole saga, because like I said, we want to like Jameis Winston. He himself, it has been brought back to light, was accused of rape while he was an undergrad at FSU, which he settled. So Netflix put out a documentary with CNN years ago that I watched called The Hunting Ground. Lady Gaga won an Oscar, I think, for the song for it. And it was all about how college campuses mishandle sexual assault.
And it talks about Jameis.
And there's a whole part about a girl who was raped at FSU, and then the guy who did it ended up winning the Heisman, and to see him be so celebrated. But I didn't know anything about football
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you can't find it anywhere. I tried to rewatch it to like refamiliarize myself with the case, but you have to pay for it. It's not free anymore. Yeah. So I just watched clips on YouTube. Important to say that he denies that this was an assault. He says it was consensual sex. She says it was not consensual. FSU settled the Title IX suit for $950,000. Wow.
So they had a lot of evidence.
Yeah, evidence that they mishandled a report of assault. Although it sort of implies that assault must have happened.
Absolutely.
So
$1 million. Man, the Browns know how to pick them, huh?
Mm-hmm. And like for Jameis Winston to go to bat so hard for someone when like,
yeah, you should just like step away, start your own identity, and win games, and let's just move on. Be
quirky and don't harm women, and just play good football, I guess. Yes. Also, so pissed about that.
Pissed about the Browns.
Yeah, and like obviously cheering for somebody to be injured is not great practice.
Yeah.
But when they are a danger to society, like sometimes exceptions are made to every rule, you know?
And you just, you're paying money to be at those games. So you get to react to whoever you want.
And then they beat the Ravens, which was a shock. Lamar, who's my quarterback on two teams, and Ravens are my like second choice team. So I was disappointed to see that.
Yeah, that was a shock that they beat the Ravens.
Lamar seemed pissed.
He was pissed. I mean, he still had a good game. I'm sure you still did well. You're still doing well against me. So
yeah, let's see. Najee, hold on real quick. Checking in on Najee. 5.9. Oh my God. My percentage is down to 7%. We have 3 points separating you from being first place in the league. There's still hope. As Tyreek Stevenson, is that his name? Yes. As Tyreek Stevenson should know, when there's seconds left on the clock, you can't start celebrating.
Exactly. I'm not celebrating yet. We also had a fight on the field between teammates, which was crazy to witness.
Yeah, usually it's
TV.
They're not usually wearing the same jersey.
Not usually wearing the same jersey. It's very surprising. But on Sunday, we saw 2 Seahawks players getting into it. Defensive lineman Jaron Reed and linebacker Derek Hall. They were on the field when Hall made a pretty bad decision by hitting Josh Allen on a late 3rd down, roughing the passer call. So he like went after Josh Allen after he had already thrown the ball. Got a big flag, 15-yard penalty that cost them a touchdown.
Oh.
And Reed got in Hall's face. He was upset that he made that tackle. They're all like yelling at each other, like face mask to face mask. And 2 Bills players actually had to go in and break them up because they're like, we gotta play. This is a big play for us now. We want to go score a touchdown.
Wow.
And then, so after the touchdown, then the fight continued on the sidelines.
That was the only part I saw, was on the sidelines. I didn't know all the rest of this.
Yes, they're like just going after each other. And on the sidelines, they had to be physically separated. Like they got physical with each other.
Nuts.
Which I've never seen 2 teammates do that. Like usually you play it cool, at least like in the public eye.
Yeah.
And when asked about the fight after the game, Hall said we told each other we loved each other.
Oh.
I feel like they say that a lot. Like Aaron Rodgers and Salah. Oh, we just said we loved each other. Like,
yeah. Deflecting.
But he then said, there's no bad blood. And Hall was telling him to play smart. He said, Hall loves the game. I love the game. In that moment, things got heated. He's leader, and he's the leader of our group. When stuff hits the fan, you have to lean on all the guys. And maybe we both could have done some things a bit better. So I think Reed was trying to give advice.
And he didn't want to
He wasn't taking it.
Yeah.
And they both got real heated.
I wonder if there will be like fines and stuff for getting in a fight with your own teammate.
I know. And I think
sideline.
like Mike McDonald, who's the coach, was asked about it as well. And he just kind of was like, yeah, it was a bad decision for him to tackle Josh.
He was
Josh
like,
Allen. He didn't even like mention the fight. So maybe he was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like I would have shoved him too.
I would have shoved him. It's a bad decision.
Yeah. Wait, one other, I don't know if it was a fight. It was sort of a fight, not a physical fight.
Well, a fight with
words.
Also a fight.
This week that we just have to touch on. Trayvon Diggs, who we have talked about recently because he gets into trouble. Stephon Diggs' brother.
Of course.
He had choice words with a sports reporter, Mike Leslie. So during the game between the Cowboys and the 49ers, Mike Leslie, there's a video where it looks like Trayvon is barely trying to tackle Kittle, and then Kittle gets a touchdown. And this guy, Mike Leslie, quote tweeted the video and said, "What is Trayvon doing here? What is Trayvon Diggs doing during this play?" So then Trayvon Diggs goes into the locker room and comes back out of the locker room to like get in Leslie's face.
So he like saw it and like wanted to go say something to him.
Yes. And he goes up and he goes, out of the whole play, that's what you took from that? You don't know football. You can't do nothing that I do. You can't go out there and do nothing. Stay in your lane, buddy. Stop trying me, dog.
Wow.
And Mike Leslie says, I'm just asking the question. I mean, I'm happy to have you answer the question. We can talk about
what
it
more. What are you doing?
We can talk about it more. And Trayvon Diggs says, talk about D's nuts.
Oh my God.
Which is a crazy thing to say to a reporter. And
he like storms back into the locker room, right?
That was the end of it. And now Mike Leslie is like tweeting up a storm. I feel like he loves the drama that's probably getting a lot of followers to his page.
Yeah, I mean.
But I also want to know if he's going to get fined, because it wasn't an official press conference and it wasn't on the field, but he was in uniform and he said to a reporter, talk about D's nuts, which I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, they fine you for everything. So.
Like, it's the Cowboys. I don't think Jerry Jones wants his players to say, talk about D's nuts to a reporter.
And it would have been like a good opportunity for him to, I don't know, explain what happened or stand up for himself.
Mm-hmm. Or even to say, like, you can't put yourself in my shoes. You don't know what it's like to play, like, you know, play after play. What are they? Yeah, play. Yeah. And, you know, he was probably tired just like Anthony Richardson, but he powered through.
Yeah, that's what you get. Either I'm tired or talk to these nuts.
Yeah. So, like, slightly less dramatic than the Seahawks fighting each other, but, like, almost as dramatic.
And last week, Stephon Diggs said, I'm never the bigger person. I ain't letting shit go. So it just shows that these brothers have a lot in common.
Yeah.
They hear something, they're going to address it.
Cut from the same cloth. And in more post-game drama, 49ers Nick Bosa is in the news a lot this week for getting political after the 49ers beat the Cowboys.
It's that time of year, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. When it's Thursday now. So we are coming up on election day and everyone's feeling it. So Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Isaac Guerrero were being interviewed on the field talking about the win, and Nick Bosa crashed the interview, which often players do to like hype up the person, to be like, you killed it, things like that. Instead, Nick Bosa flashed his Make America Great Again hat and then
ran away.
Which, like, clearly he had something to say. He wanted to make a statement. He wanted attention. Then in the post-game press conference, he noticeably had a different hat on, and then was asked about his statement. He said, "I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I think it's an important time." Like, that would have been the right place to talk about it.
You're the one who wanted to make a statement. So now is the time to make your statement.
Yeah. That part I thought was like more annoying.
Don't ruin Brock Purdy's time.
Yes. To make it all about you. Yeah. And then when it is your time, this is your time.
This is your time.
You have a microphone in front of your face. You have people ready to report on what you say. Why is this an important time? What are your what issues do you think?
What issues are you voting for?
Exactly. Also, so he's the one who said before the draft happened, he had to go make sure he scrubbed all his socials, that he got signed to an agent, and they were like, make sure you delete like everything off your socials. But one thing he didn't delete was around the time that Kaepernick was playing for this exact same team, by the way, he tweeted that Kaepernick is a clown.
He didn't delete that one.
He didn't delete that one. Or at least maybe he has since, but there's still a screenshot of it floating around. The thing about this that I think is interesting is that there is a clear NFL rule that anytime a player is visible to the stadium and television audience, including during pregame warmups, postgame interviews, on the field, and in the locker room, they're prohibited from wearing, displaying, or otherwise conveying personal messages, either in writing or illustration, unless such message has been approved in advance by the league office. The league will not grant permission for any club or player to wear, display, or otherwise convey messages through helmet decals, armbands, jersey patches, mouthpieces, or other items affixed to game uniforms or equipment which relate to political activities or causes, other non-football events, causes, or campaigns, or charitable causes or campaigns.
Campaigns.
Like, clear as day. So at the time of this recording, Monday, nothing has been said about if he'll face a fine or penalty.
I would think he would. Especially if he
would.
took the hat off in the post-game interview. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was trying to get around it by just showing up on the field with the hat.
Yeah, it clearly states including post-game interviews and on the field and off the field.
I did see that Quincy Avery, the quarterback coach for the Browns, tweeted about this.
What did he say?
Was upset. He said, "I just want to be clear, Nick Bosa is a weak-ass dude. You can do what you want, but you wanted to make a statement, do it with a microphone in front of you."
Okay.
So we're kind of what we're saying.
Yes. I don't know if I can align fully with the Browns quarterback coach, but
it's true.
But you are lucky enough to have a platform, to have people's attention where you can convey your point more than just by interrupting somebody else's interview with a hat on. And you didn't want to take that opportunity. So you sort of seem like a weak-ass clown.
Weak ass.
The personal message uniform policy can be hit with a fine up to $11,255. How do they get to these exact numbers?
Just give us a round number.
$10K.
Yeah.
You know, when I was looking this up, I saw an article that in 2015, several Steelers players were fined tens of thousands of dollars for supporting charitable causes, including one player who was wearing a bracelet for a child who passed away from leukemia.
Oh, wow.
One player who was somehow on his uniform, I think it was through the color of his shoes, raising awareness for domestic assault after his mother was killed by his stepfather. These people were fined.
Wow. So Bosa better be fined.
Yeah.
These are real causes.
Yes. So annoying.
Wow. Yeah. So they're pretty strict with it.
Yeah. So we're curious.
Yeah. Did George Kittle get fined last year for his
Fuck Dallas?
Yeah, Fuck Dallas shirt.
Yeah. And funny you say that. So in the interview before Nick Bosa crashed it, Kittle was fidgeting with his jersey, and you could see a bluish gray shirt underneath. And
that's definitely the shirt.
Twitter is if you know, he's hinting to people who are paying attention that it's under.
It's the Fuck Dallas shirt.
But that he won't.
But he's not going to show it because he didn't want to be fined again. But we all know. Yeah. That's funny.
That is funny. And he did get fined for that. Maybe the hat should get fined as well.
Fines are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boys and girls. It's time for an all-time favorite segment, Pop Quiz.
Pop quiz.
We love pop quiz. I'm excited about this one. We haven't done it in a while. We did 2 last season. Pretty self-explanatory, but Kelly and I quiz each other on topics we've discussed this season. Kelly has to answer questions about the off-field gossip, and I have to answer questions about the actual football playing.
Yes, the only rule is it has to be something that we've discussed on the pod.
How much have we learned from each other?
I think a lot.
I think so too.
But this will be the true test.
I'm like nervous, but I'm confident, but don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
We got this.
We got this. Who did we say is starting? I'm going to start. Okay. And the questions are going to get progressively more challenging.
Okay. So let's hope I can get the first one. No pressure.
Question number 1. Sports Illustrated reported a poll of over 3,000 NFL fans. Who was voted the most annoying NFL player in this poll?
Oh, this one I know. Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
And it's just become more and more true every single week. And I love it. All right. Thank you. That was I can ease into this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My first question.
I'm sweating.
Which 2 teams faced off in Brazil?
Okay. The Eagles and the Packers.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes. I knew they both wore green.
Yeah.
Because there was all the drama about like, can you wear green? Is it gang? Is it just another football team? Yes.
All right. One for one.
Yeah. Number 2. Rashee Rice's mom was just charged with 1 count of misdemeanor theft for stealing a package from her neighbor and caught on surveillance video. What was inside this package?
It was a bunch of CDs. Or what do you call them? They're not CDs anymore. I don't know what they would be. T-shirts maybe of what's her name? What's the singer's name? I know it.
You do know it.
She has that song about pink pony
Yes.
boys, girls.
Yes.
It starts with a C.
Yes. You so know it.
It's an interesting name.
No, you like have it. You know it.
I don't think I do.
Starts with a C.
Was it T-shirts? Album.
It was a record.
A record.
Yeah.
Fuck.
By.
I don't know her name. What is it?
It was Chapel Roan
Chapel
Record.
It's a tricky name.
It's tricky. It's tricky.
I know if I saw it, I'd be able to pick it out.
Like if you saw a bunch of names, you would know that
Pick
was
it out
the
of a
right
lineup.
Someone's going to be picking Rashee Rice's mom out of a lineup. Obviously she didn't know what she was stealing. She just like saw a package and took it.
Well, nah,
She's probably like, I don't even have a record player. Or maybe she does. Maybe she loves Chapel Roan.
Chapel, that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Chappelle.
Chapel
Rum.
Mm-hmm.
No, I won't forget it. I like her music.
Me too.
All right. Question number 2 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Please give me 3 examples of the Madden curse.
Oh, okay. Christian McCaffrey and his double Achilles tendonitis.
Yeah, which is still out.
Yeah. Michael Vick and the curse of accidentally running a dogfighting ring. And, oh my gosh. Okay. Everybody relax. I'm gonna know it. It was not Josh Allen. I think he was on the cover, but there was no curse that year. So that is not an answer.
It's not. Yeah, it was not Josh Allen.
And what about
like something I would care about maybe.
Oh, right. It was
maybe too much of
it was Tom Brady, but he was fine, but it was when they lost to the Eagles.
Kind of. But there's a better one. Who was actually
the defense. There was one where it was like the quarterback was on and he was fine, but the defense, somebody else wasn't okay.
Yeah, somebody else. I mean, I could give you half a point for that one.
Okay,
but
I'll take it.
That was Gronk.
Gronk was on the cover, and he was fine.
And he got hurt.
Oh, he got hurt.
He
wasn't
missed
fine.
like 11 games.
Oh my God.
With an injury.
Oh, and he was on the cover? Or
he was on the cover.
Wow. That was a great question. Damn.
I'll give you half of it.
Okay. I'll take half. So it's 1.5 to 1.
Okay.
My next question has a half point option.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Tiana Robillard, who I think I'm saying that right, but I'll never know, who became a well-known TikToker after dating and getting engaged to and then getting cheated on by Bengals player Cody Ford, seemed to soft launch dating a different NFL player with a song lyric Instagram caption. What team is this player on? And bonus points for the lyric or the song the lyric is from.
Okay. I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like a random team. Mm-hmm. The Colts.
Final answer.
Not gonna give any reaction.
Sure.
It's definitely like a random team, like the Colts. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Unfortunately, it's the Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings.
And the song lyric was from "Truth Hurts" by Lizzo. Fresh photos with the bomb lighting, which comes after the lyric "New Man on the Minnesota Vikings." So it was very subtext.
I think
situation.
This happened when the Vikings were still pretty irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then they got good.
And then they got the bad. They were the bad.
What is the update with them?
They lost to, as you predicted last week, they lost to the Lions.
No, I mean, are they dating?
Oh. We don't know. No, there's been no update. I have no update to share. Yeah. But one update about her, she's hosting like fan events, meet and greets. Like I saw a TikTok of her. People were waiting in line before the event even started, and she went and surprised the line, and the girls are freaking out. Like,
wow,
what?
Why?
I mean, no disrespect to her. She seems great, but like, she's just a girl, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
So I don't know about all that.
She's got a lot of boyfriends.
Yeah. And maybe one on the Vikings, but maybe not. Yeah,
I'm not good at this.
1.5 to
1. All right. For your third question.
Okay. I need this to secure my lead.
What is a fair catch?
Oh.
I don't know if we talked about this, but.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to just start saying things that feel right.
Okay.
So it's in bounds. Both feet are in bounds. College, it's just 1 foot. But NFL, it's both feet.
Okay, that's...
Yeah. And no flags are thrown. And that's a fair catch.
That's incorrect.
Oh.
A fair catch is on like a punt return when the receiving team makes a signal that they're going to catch the ball and they don't want to be tackled, and they're just going to catch it. They're not going to run with it.
I didn't have that.
Yeah, sorry.
If I'm going to be honest, the whole punt return thing is so lost on me. Maybe we'll talk about it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
There's new rules this year, so yeah, we should talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put a pin in that. All right. Fourth gossipy question. Jamar Chase is in a child support battle with the mother of his young child. Name 2 things that she has demanded in this suit.
Okay. Money. It was
but money for she said what the money was for.
Okay, so I remember Jamar Chase, he's trying to negotiate a new contract because he has
bills to pay.
He has bills to pay for this paternity lawsuit. Because she wants really nice things, like a Rolls Royce or something. Is that one thing? A car, a Mercedes.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Are those any of them?
Mercedes G-Wagon.
Okay, Mercedes. And then another thing she wants?
Mm-hmm. She said a certain amount of money she wanted a month for
traveling. For vacation.
Yes, for vacations. She wanted $5,000 a month for entertainment, gifts, and vacations, as well as an automobile paid 100% in full and including insurance and registration for an SUV automobile, either a Range Rover, Mercedes G-Wagon, or Tesla. But we're giving full credit for Mercedes and vacations. Nice.
Wow.
So now it's 2.5 to 1. Do I only have one? Oh my God.
You have 1.5.
Oh, right.
I have 2.
1.5 to 2.
Just a half point.
This is neck and neck. Yeah.
Yeah. And he never got his contract renegotiated. So.
Oh, he didn't?
I bet that.
Less vacations
The Mercedes vacations. Not happening. All right. This is my 4th question for you, right?
Oh,
question number 4. Mm-hmm. Now you get a choice.
Okay.
Name either 2 teams in the NFC East.
Oh my God. Okay.
Or an AFC division rivalry.
Okay, here's the thing is that the divisions and the conferences are all jumbled. It's not like the Northeast is the AFC East. That would make sense. It's like someone from this side of the world and someone from over here. And like, there's no rhyme or reason. And so how is a girl supposed to know? Okay, so my choices were either 2 teams in the AFC East.
In the NFC East.
In the NFC East, or an AFC rivalry.
Yeah, within the same division.
Okay, so the division is the umbrella, and then the conference is smaller than that.
No. No, let's start. Let's
okay.
start there.
So it's the NFC and the AFC are the two conferences.
2 conferences. And then within each conference, there's 4 divisions.
Okay.
So NFC East is 1.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Or the AFC, you can pick any of the division rivals.
Okay. I gotta just say something. We're burning daylight. In the AFC East, I think it's the Patriots and the Giants.
No.
Either of them?
I mean, they're in different conferences. The Patriots in the AFC and the Giants are in the NFC.
Oh, damn.
But if you said the Jets, you would have been correct. The Patriots and the Jets.
Are they both AFC?
Are both in the
East?
AFC East.
Oh, okay. I was halfway right.
You're halfway.
And like Jets, Giants, like, you know, they play the same place.
Yeah,
it's a little confusing.
You're close.
All right. I feel good about that.
But I get it. Everyone thinks the Patriots and the Giants are rivals, but we're really not.
I always thought
a few bad Super Bowls.
Yeah. I thought that was a rivalry for, you know, the classic division reasons, but it's deeper than that.
Yeah, it's once you get to the Super Bowl, you'll be in different conferences.
Oh, so anyone who has played against each other could not have both been the answer to that question.
Yeah, but it's hard.
We're learning something new every day. Okay, damn.
We'll study those.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to learn about the punt returns and the conferences.
And chaperone.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because there's so much more than Pink Pony Club. Her whole album, no skips. Rishi Rice's mom would know.
Exactly. She's got it all. Pink Pony Club.
Okay, my final question. Now I feel like maybe I made them too easy. But there's no changing them now. There were 10 arrests during the NFL offseason. In between last season and the off season.
Okay.
4 of which were from the same person. Name that person.
The same person in the off season. Oh, Rishi Rice? No. He only had 2. 1, 2. I think he had a few. 4, you said?
I say 4. Mm-hmm. One was domestic violence / burglary. One was animal cruelty, one was assault, and one was menacing.
Menacing.
Yep.
This all sounds really familiar.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it.
We did. We talked about it on our bye week, our preseason episode.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's not Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it's not. Throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah. Maybe throw a Hail Mary and go with, I guess, Rishi Rice.
He is a chief, or he was at the time. I don't know where he is now. Isaiah Buggs. If I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have remembered that. His name.
His name's tough.
But he's a current defensive tackle on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Still there.
Still there. Everybody who got in trouble this offseason was on the Chiefs. It was kind of crazy.
Yes.
Godric Chukwuebuka, Morris Wanya, Rishi Rice.
Yeah, I feel like that's Andy
Isaiah
Reid for you. He's not afraid of that.
Yeah, the troublemakers.
Just wants to win.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my final question for you.
Okay.
For the win.
Oh my gosh.
Who replaced Tua as quarterback for the Dolphins?
Oh my God, like a literal nobody.
There's like a few options technically, or at least two I could think of.
Wow. Okay. Everybody was like, they don't even have a backup. Like they literally don't even have a backup. They just like picked some guy. And the guy's name is Jordan Stevens.
Jordan Stevens?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Skylar Thompson.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
I think went in like right after, and then they picked up Tyler Snoop Huntley.
Snoop. Never a million years.
They didn't do anything, so.
Wow, we both.
This one would have been hard for me.
We both weren't
names.
great at this. But you win, right? By half a point?
I win by half a point.
Wow.
You know, we know it all.
Yes.
We know everything that matters.
Exactly. Except
it just gets jumbled.
There's so much to know.
There's much to know.
It's not just the on-field, it's the off-field.
If it was multiple choice, we would have gotten them all.
If we could see it.
Yeah.
But what this says is that we both have room for improvement before we'll do another pop quiz towards the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll keep learning.
And yeah, knowledge is power.
And that brings us to our final goss.
Final goss.
What do you have for us, Marissa?
Today's final goss is hot off the presses at the time of recording. Gisele Bündchen, former wife of Tom Brady, is pregnant.
I'm shocked about this.
It's shocking. And it's shocking because her and her boyfriend, Joaquin Valente, have been so hush-hush. They haven't even officially confirmed that they are together. So a little background, Gisele is 44 and Joaquin was her jiu-jitsu instructor. He is 35.
Younger
man.
Wow.
She has
10 years.
2 children already. Benjamin, who's 14, Vivian, who's 11. Obviously, these are both children with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And a source close to her confirmed on Monday to People magazine, Gisele and Joaquin are happy for this new chapter in their life, and they're looking forward to creating a peaceful and loving environment for the whole family, which feels very like
interesting.
We're not going to make this beef with Tom. Like this isn't about that.
I mean, Gisele was really great with Tom's first child,
yes.
Jack.
Yes,
Jack Brady with model
Bridget
Moynihan. Yeah, she like took him in as one of her own. So it'll be interesting to see how Tom handles the situation.
I know.
From a co-parenting standpoint.
He was her jiu-jitsu instructor since 2022. There was lots of rumors that they were more than just,
Yeah, I feel like this
student.
kind of seems like they were together when Tom was still in the picture. If they're having a child that quickly after, I don't know. I guess maybe not.
Well, yeah. So they said they're just friends, and then in June of 2023 they announced through a spokesperson to People. So People is obviously their outlet of choice. That in June of 2023 it became more, and now it became a lot more because she is 5 or 6 months pregnant.
So is she pregnant then? I guess
in June of 2023.
Oh, no.
No,
right.
Right.
Yeah. June of 2024.
No, but she was pregnant in June of 2024. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, the family is growing, and we also look forward to a peaceful and loving environment.
We do.
For their whole family, and they're going to be really fit kid.
I know. Gisele just looks younger and younger every time.
Yeah.
I see her, so.
Mazel tov.
Gang's growing. Well, that's it for this episode of the Tea Huddle.
Thanks for listening, guys. We're so happy to be back, except for the fact that I did peak and you have beat me. You beat me at fantasy.
It's only halftime.
It's only, yeah, I know, but he would have to do a lot of fumbles.
As you said, not celebrating yet until.
If we've learned one thing this week, it's we're not celebrating till.
But go Najee.
Yeah.
Thanks for the points.
Hopefully we play each other again in the playoffs. So I'll see you there. But check us out next week for more juicy gossip from the NFL.
And until then, stay juicy.